Techstars really went above and beyond to give us a special experience and help us come together as people and then as companies.
I'm 20 years old. Most of my friends are really not into startups. To be around people that understand what it means to work hard and to earn something is really inspiring.
You can do all the workshops in the world, you can make all the right introductions, but you have to spend 13 weeks with them to fully understand how passionate they are about what they are building. And I can assure you that every single founder in this program is passionate about what she or he is building.
We were here 12 weeks ago in Boulder, and it feels like yesterday, but so much has happened. Everyone has grown exponentially, professionally, within their team.
What has surprised me the most is just the company that I've come across. The peer group is amazing. It's just far exceeded that expectation.
It's about, building something that's grand enough that gives you the credibility and the resources to solve, some big problems. So giving first it's a great thing to lead with.
I think the mentors are top quality, they're incredible, and Techstars would not be the same if it weren't for the mentor network.
The Techstars program team has been incredible. They've helped support us through times that have been really tough. They've always kept the mood light.
I will definitely remember the network, the fellow founders that I've met here, and our expectations were met and exceeded.
In a very short period of time, have gotten really good at being able to talk about our business and understand who our customer is.
The most positive thing was learning how to really grow our business, acquire customers, and get us prepared for fundraising.
I hope that our founders leave feeling confident about the product they're building, that it's the right product, and that they're building it the right way, and that they have the appropriate network now to go out and take on the world.
If we do our job well, these 12 companies are going to leave this program knowing that this is their family for life. They're going to go build something together. They're going to help each other acquire a customer. And I think seeing that connection is the ultimate success.
Hello, welcome to the Techstars Boulder Demo Day, live on Stonks. I'm El Bruno, the Managing Director. We are so excited to introduce you to the companies presenting today. But before we do, I'd like to take a brief moment to tell you a little bit about Techstars. Techstars is the worldwide network that helps entrepreneurs succeed. What does that mean? Well, beyond supporting our founders in fundraising, we help them build a stronger team, product, and vision, all the while surrounding them with some of the best mentors in the world. To date, we've graduated over 3,100 companies, and 378 of those companies have been acquired. We have a portfolio market cap of over $75 billion, and we've supported our alumni in raising close to $24 billion. The Techstars Boulder Accelerator has a deep, rich history as the first ever accelerator to launch for Techstars back in 2007. And since then, we've graduated 191 companies, 57 of which have been acquired, and our alumni have created over 9,100 jobs. The companies you will see present today are aligned with the caliber of many of those alumni, including Suna, DigitalOcean, and SendGrid. Okay, now on to the really fun stuff. Each company you see today will be presenting for 2 minutes, followed by a 2-minute Q&A. And there are many ways to participate in the program beyond just watching. If you'd like to invest, you will see with most of our companies a button that says Invest. You can click on that to invest directly into them during the program. Many of our companies are also looking for introductions to customers, to partners, and to employees. So if you can think of at least one helpful introduction that you can make to our founders, we would greatly appreciate it. And to do so, you can click the Get Intro button. The companies that you're seeing present today run across FinTech, gaming, and SureTech. They're building products that are infrastructure to SaaS to gift card marketplaces. And they hail from all over the world, from Milwaukee to Mexico and San Francisco to Spain. and whether they have experienced the problem they are solving firsthand as the actual customer, or whether they experienced it when they were an executive at a multi-billion-dollar business in the spaces they are now solving in. Something that these founders have in common that you will greatly appreciate that separates them from the pack is that they all have incredible founder market fit. And so with that, I'm extremely excited to introduce you to the Techstars Boulder class of 2022 for the first time ever, live on Stonks. First up, we have Climatize.
Today, I don't want to talk to you about climate change. I don't want to talk to you about hurricanes destroying our homes or floods devastating our communities. Because you already know that problem. And that problem gives me anxiety every day. What I do want to talk to you about is how we put together $155 million of climate projects in our funding pipeline. I'm Will Wiseman, CEO and co-founder of Climatize. The story of Climatize starts in 2019 in Barcelona, when my co-founder and I saw over 100,000 people protesting for climate action. We were struck by the sad reality that we would all go home and the next day, nothing would be different. We asked ourselves, what is it that everyone from that crowd could contribute? And we came up with the idea that almost everyone has a little bit of spare change. Enter Climatize. You can invest directly in profitable climate projects, or simply set it and forget it, with monthly auto investments or micro investments that use as little as a spare change from your everyday purchases. We take all the thinking out of climate action and make it accessible to all. You can earn a return for saving the world. So check it out. Here are all my investments from the last month. I can browse through a project, and when I find one that I like, I can learn more, check out the financials, and if I want, I can make a $1,000 investment just like that. It's just that easy. We oversubscribed our beta release, and in November, when we receive regulatory approval, we'll be launching our investment product. We've sourced over $155 million of climate projects and signed a partnership with the Department of Energy. Our team is uniquely positioned with experience designing, financing, and building clean energy projects, as well as scaling software products around the world. We're operating at the crossroads of the two largest and most profitable industries in the world, energy and finance. If you want to join us on this journey, we're looking for partners to help us accelerate our growth. So when the next generation asks, what did you do about climate change? Don't let your answer be nothing.
Tell me how the Climatize team's past experiences make you uniquely suited to solve this problem of climate anxiety.
Sure, yeah. So from my experience, it's very rare to find somebody in the energy industry who has designed, funded, and actually built projects with their own two hands. Normally, they're siloed into just one of those roles. I've done all three, which gives me a very full stack understanding of the energy industry. My co-founder, she comes from the policy world and has experience implementing complex regulation, and our CTO has scaled software products around the world with Amazon and Google.
You've sourced $155 million in projects on the supply side, which is really impressive. Tell us how you've gone about sourcing those projects.
Sure, yeah. So in part, our deal flow comes from a partnership with the Department of Energy, as well as maintaining a network of high quality project developers. So through that partnership, we are getting deal flow, sharing diligence, as well as co-investing on projects with other lenders. Additionally, through that partnership, the Department of Energy vetted and approved our due diligence process as a mandate for joining the group, which means that we're following the best practices at all times. Then when it comes to our network of high quality developers, we have, for example, Block Power and Mint Systems. With Block Power, they are decarbonizing the entire city of Ithaca, New York, which represents over $1 billion of projects. And they're excited to use Climatize because it enables a community to invest in itself. Then with Mint Systems, we get access to solar projects, batteries, and green buildings, which, is really shown we have an exciting project pipeline that's going to have, competitive returns for our investors. It's going to have direct impact in people's lives, as well as protect our planet at the same time. And you really just can't do better than that.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Will.
Thanks, Elle.
I'd like to introduce you to Filthy.
A few years ago, I added a secondary unit on my property. To this day, neither my insurance nor the online real estate platforms are aware of the changes. As a result, the information they have on my property and its valuation is wrong. Why does this matter? Well, every year the real estate industry loses $620 billion due to bad data. My name is Kat, and I'm on a mission to help companies address this problem with building permit data brought to you by Builty. The information on my projects is available in plain sight through the city's permit departments. However, it's not being used. Why? Simple, it's too dirty. And what do I mean by dirty? Well, this is how a typical permit looks like. The text is so bad, it can hardly be considered English. As a result, the existing algorithms have failed to understand the language of permit data. The challenge lies not only in combining data from multiple sources, 19,000 cities and counties to be exact, but also in cleaning and structuring it. This last step requires computational linguistics to do so at scale. Meet Builty, where we created our own machine learning algorithms to understand and parse out every minute detail from each permit, and then put it in a tabular format. This opens up a wealth of opportunities for analytics, predictions, and modeling. Our beachhead is proptech, where we are the strategic support builders need to build their business. We have already closed 10 customers in the space while working on scaling our product for large enterprise accounts. We will expand into property valuations, finance, and insurance from there on. Customers access our data source through a self-serve web portal, API, or bulk datasets. And our team is best suited to solve this problem as we are deeply rooted in data science, with customers' backgrounds from Netflix, Google, Dropbox, and academia. If you are in the business of real estate valuations, investments, or insurance, we'd love to chat. Please join us on this journey.
Tell us about the big vision for Builty.
Sure. We envision the world where real estate valuations and insurance underwriting are based on clear information and good data. Homeownership is the bedrock of the American dream, and yet real estate data is very sparse and convoluted today. We aim to level out the playing field for the existing homeowners and the future homeowners in terms of their home equity and evaluating how much is it that they own. By bringing clean and clear and structured data into the mix, we are achieving that goal.
Okay, thank you. And can you give us some more detail about the use cases for the data?
Oh, so many, from very simple examples to complicated ones. So I'll focus on three, in insurance, investments, and mortgage.
Okay.
Within the insurance space, in terms of underwriting new policies, we help price those policies more accurately. And during the renewals process, homeowners get proactively alerted on their changes in pricing based on the changes that they did to their properties. In terms of investments, real estate data has a lot of different layers, and building permits are really a hidden layer of property analytics, and it provides data arbitrage. So investors looking to price out different deals can get more intimate information on what is it that they're investing in. And finally, within the mortgage servicing, permit data can tell if a homeowner is getting ready for a certain sale or refinance of their property. And existing mortgage servicers can reach out to their clients proactively to offer all kinds of products in order to keep them as customers. This also helps secondary mortgage markets in terms of pricing prepayment risk, and in that way, hedge funds and investors can price their portfolios better, more efficiently.
Okay. Up next, Ganymede Games.
Hey everyone. My co-founder and I have been working together for over a decade at some of the most successful video game companies like Riot Games. Recently, we noticed our most loyal and lucrative players were leaving our games. Why? Because there's a generational shift happening in video games, and our modern games ask for too much of a player's precious time. Simply put, imagine if every show on Netflix asked you for a 15-season commitment just to get to the end of the show. That doesn't sound very exciting, does it? And I know, some of you are thinking video games, hit-driven business. It doesn't have to be. My name is Jerry Prohaska, CEO of Ganymede Games. Let me tell you how we're different. We started by talking to over 7,500 active gamers, including hundreds of hours of player interviews. And a market quickly emerged of players over the age of 35 who told us they would no longer pay for games that don't fit their lifestyle. And they also told us exactly what they want. And that's what we're building. Our first beta test last month was wildly successful, with over 60% of players telling us that they would be very disappointed if they couldn't play our game again. And our industry benchmark is 40%. So we're 50% higher than that. Additionally, our pre-order campaign has been even more successful, 3 times higher than the industry benchmark, where players are spending $46 and we're acquiring them for $8. And we know exactly how to keep acquiring those players. And how big can this get? In a decade, there will be 2 billion players over the age of 35. And that's a total addressable market of over $75 billion. And they monetize 3 times higher than Gen Z. And I want to end with our secret weapon, our amazing team. We've assembled the best-in-class creatives who are responsible for some of the most iconic franchises. Look, if you've been sitting on the sidelines, watching gaming explode, now is the time to get involved in this historic generational shift. Reach out to learn why Ganymede Games is not a hit-driven content play, but a data-driven IP creation machine. Thank you.
So we all know the gaming industry is enormous. How does Ganymede go about acquiring customers in such a large, noisy space?
Yeah, I mean, that's really one of the big questions, right? And that's what we focused a lot of our customer interviews on. We literally had them open their Steam accounts, where they game, these big customer aggregators, and had them walk us through how they discover games they like, the tags they search, what they do. So we spent a lot of time, and what we're really trying to do here is we're trying to compress the time from when they discover or hear about a product and their opportunity to purchase it. So we have in our go-to-marketing plan these lightning strikes that allow us to use all these different tools to get them to wish list and convert to acquire our product.
Okay, great. You mentioned in your pitch as well that it's not a hit-driven business that you're running at Ganymede Games. Can you elaborate on that a bit?
Yeah. You know, Sean Layden, former CEO at Sony Interactive, he said, we need to make games shorter. And then 3 months later, Quibi exploded. Nobody wanted to hear about short content. But being contrarians, we're like, wait a minute, there's something there. And when we went to start talk to the players, they were telling us, I can't spend 60 hours in a game. Right? And that really, we've got this big value equation, and free to play means you either have to spend a lot of money or you need to invest a lot of time to get to the end of a product. And our customers said that's not what they wanted. So to answer your question, if you build what they want and you know what they want before you build it, you're really reducing that hit-driven problem. And that's what we did.
Excellent. Thank you. I'm thrilled to introduce you to Gift Pocket.
Did you know that brands miss out on at least $6 billion worth of revenue every single year because they can't claim revenue on a gift card until it's actually spent? Now remember that time you were looking through every single drawer for that $100 Target gift card that your grandmother gave you? And you probably lost it. Don't worry, it's happened to me multiple times. But guess what? When you don't spend that $100 Target gift card, Target can only claim 3 to 5% of that as revenue every single year. And in some states, only 0%. That's only $5. But guess what? If you would have spent that $100 gift card, data shows that you would have spent $160 in store. But brands legally can't even reach out to you to spend that gift card due to escheatment laws. After sitting down with over 30 brands have to view their gift card programs over here and their loyalty programs over here, and in complete isolation. But gift card holders are the most loyal and overspending shopper. That's why Gift Pocket's marketplace of leveraging a consumer-facing digital gift card wallet is reinventing loyalty for brands. With Gift Pocket's first-party data platform, brands will now have the opportunity to know where the gift card holder is throughout the whole customer journey and be able to incentivize them to spend and buy more gift cards. At Gift Pocket, we currently have 20,000 users, 300 brands to buy and send gift cards to, and we just launched our re-engagement platform with ASOS, Nasty Gal, and Boohoo on 5 different college campuses in Boston, and we'll be launching our platform with Express on a Hyatt States campus in just a couple weeks. At Gift Pocket, we have the opportunity to change the customer journey and allow brands to know where the gift card holder is from the moment they buy it all the way till the point they spend it, and reinventing that for the brands. And we have the opportunity to own wallet share for Gen Z. With Gift Pocket's platform, we're helping brands to enact loyalty in an effective way. If you want to join us on our journey to reach 10 customers, $250K in revenue, and 100,000 users, reach out to me at brooke@giftpocket.com. Thank you.
Brooke, tell us how Gift Pocket competes with existing loyalty programs within brands themselves.
At Gift Pocket, we don't want to compete with brands' loyalty programs. We really just want to be an extension of that. When someone gets a gift card, we want that brand to be featured within that app. We want to make sure that these customers see their favorite brands and feel like their favorite brands are driving loyalty with Gift Pocket, and then also be an extension and providing a way that they can get around achievement laws with Gift Pocket. And as well, brands are extremely struggling with IT backlog, and so Gift Pocket allows minimal lift while enhancing their digital gift card program in a new and efficient way.
Okay, great. So you've acquired 20,000 customers to date, which is impressive. Tell us how you plan to acquire the next 100,000 customers.
We're really excited that we already have 20,000 customers, and we've done such A/B testing at minimal scale, and so to reach 100,000 customers, we know what really works and what really to reach Gen Z, but also we have another huge customer, and that's moms, and so we're finding a ton of success working with nonprofits as well, and so building a structure that enables us to work with Gen Z at scale with brand partnerships, but also reaching moms by tying to our mission of gifting with purpose with nonprofits.
Okay, thank you. You've immersed yourself with your customer base by living near a lot of college campuses in Boston. How is that helping the business?
I love gift cards. I'm a part of Gen Z. All of my friends, we want gift cards, and brands really want to know where Gen Z is and how to build loyalty with them. And by being a part of that demographic, I'm really being helpful to understand, okay, these brands want to do this, and this is the most efficient way for them to reach Gen Z. And so we found a ton of success talking to brands because they're really excited about the innovative power of Gift Pocket and the new perspective that we can bring to the gift card industry.
Great, thank you. Now let's hear from Presta.
Meet David. David is a loan officer at Coastal Community Lenders, one of over 10,000 small business lenders in the US. Each year, lenders like this disperse over $650 billion in small business loans, but they're collectively facing a massive challenge. David spent the last 3 years attempting to implement 2 different loan systems just for his team's loan application to look like this. And they're not alone. 40% of community banks don't offer online loan applications. This means that close to $300 billion each year are processed manually through a broken system of paper, fax, and PDFs. It takes them over 60 days to decide on loan applications they receive. But businesses, on average, have less than 30 days of runway. And tech-enabled competitors to David can provide decisions in less than 1 day. This means that while David and his team review PDFs, potential leads go to competitors that can better fit their timelines. I'm Leo, co-founder of Presta, and I'm here to tell you that community-focused lenders like David have seen the writing on the wall. It's time to adapt or become obsolete. We know this because we've interviewed over 80 such lenders to build Presta, the first all-in-one lending platform to enter the market. What does an all-in-one lending platform look like? Our built-in CRM helps David better keep track of leads, and our workflow automation means no more typing for his team. With Presta, David's team can close loans in days, not months. We're launching in Q4 of this year and have secured 7 paid customers and an exclusive go-to-market channel partnership to help accelerate our entry into it. We also just closed our first round of funding with some incredible backers. This is the second company that we're building together after our first one was acquired earlier this year. Yeah, we should be tired, but Peter and I are incredibly passionate about innovating in regulated spaces and ready to hit the ground running. If you're connected to banks, credit unions, or other lenders who you think would benefit from Presta, or you just want to share dreams about redefining the future of credit, reach out to us. Thank you.
Couple questions for you. So
Yeah.
you and Peter sold your previous company. Tell us a little bit about how that prior experience helped you build Presta and what you brought into building Presta from that.
Yeah, I think Peter and I were very fortunate to have gone through that experience and learn more about not just building a company, but particularly in spaces that are slightly more regulated and distrusting of tech. We were working in the government space prior. And so that allowed us to better focus how we built our initial go-to-market at Presta, really focusing on entering the relationships of pre-selling and selling with a lot of built-in trust. So focusing on establishing go-to-market partnerships with trade associations, for example, is one way. We came into those conversations with a lot of trust.
Excellent, thank you. Tell us about the product roadmap for Presto. What does that look like over the next year or two?
Yeah, I think from our perspective, our biggest focus now, I mentioned this in the pitch, we're going live in a short few months here with our initial set of customers. But after that, looking to really focus on how to branch out of just the lending partners that we have and include embedded lending, particularly allowing these financial institutions to better connect themselves with the fintechs that are reaching customers where they need to be reached. And I think the banks and other traditional financial institutions that see this trend are the ones that are going to succeed and the ones that we're going to be working with.
All right, thank you. And next up, we have Honest Deed.
Meet Fred and Kat. Fred and Kat are high equity homeowners facing retirement that are looking to downsize. The decisions they make to maximize the value of their equity will impact their retirement. Now meet the Malagunas. The Malagunas are financially healthy home buyers. They qualify for a mortgage, but they want more home than what the bank will offer them at 15 and 30-year terms. Through the network of their realtors, Fred and Kat will find each other and enter into a seller finance arrangement. Whereas Fred and Kat will earn the finance charge and increase their proceeds by 150% or more. The Malagunas will benefit from negotiable terms. They'll get more home at less than half of the cost of traditional finance. And while this all sounds amazing, seller finance is fragmented, analog, and illiquid. They'd be crazy to jump into this arrangement on their own. Hi everybody, my name is Raphael Bennett. I'm the creator of the Ultimate Home Finance Partnership. I created Honesty to normalize, standardize, and digitize seller finance. The tools that we make help monitor buyer creditworthiness, negotiate terms and structure deals, manage payments, and access liquidity. Last year alone, there were 90,000 seller finance transactions, representing almost $28 billion in sales volume. A quarter of that volume took place in Texas, which is why we've launched in major metros like Austin. In 4 to 6 weeks, we generated almost $10 million in opportunity, representing almost $300,000 in revenue potential. It cost us $3,000 to capture a customer and we'll earn $32,000 in LTV. We have a fully engineered platform launched on Android and iOS, and we started building relationships with realtors to partner with them, and it's been exciting to see Honesty pop up in their marketing descriptions. Our team is made up of a well-balanced group of experts and friends, and we've banded together to make Honesty a household name, and we hope you join us. When the taxi industry failed consumers, Lyft stepped in. When the hotel industry failed consumers, Airbnb stepped in. When the home finance industry failed consumers, Honesty stepped in, and you can too. Please reach out and learn more about the many ways you can help accelerate our growth.
Raf, tell us about what the market opportunity is for Honesty.
So the market opportunity is about $25 to $28 billion a year. We know this is the industry that we operate in. It's not new. It's been going on for centuries, flying under the radar for home finance. But it's very analog, and it hasn't been disrupted by technology. And more people would use it if they had some transparency and some safeguards and some protections. And we think that if we do a really good job at providing those things, that we can grow this industry 2 to 5% every year.
Okay. And I'm sure you get this question a lot, and I'm about to ask it. How do you overcome the trust challenges with the end customers? You are dealing with buyers and sellers in a really emotional, high-value space. What are you doing to gain their trust?
So the way that we're gaining their trust is we're tapping into trusted advisors. Advisors that these home buyers and sellers already trust, right? And we're educating them on the value of doing an honest deed or using honest deed for these transactions. And it's been great. It gets us into the initial conversation, gets rid of the trust barriers, and we can actually go straight into business and help them understand what the upside is when doing an honest deed.
Okay. And can you tell us more about the tech within the app itself?
Yes. So, our whole business is about debt structure, right? And debt structure essentially creates fluidity. If things are in smaller pieces, it increases the buyer pool and more people can participate. And ultimately what that means is that there's liquidity and there's less discounting. So everything that that we build is all about debt structure. And our app is basically what manages and shows in a very simple way of what's happening to this debt structure, like what bills, what they're going to look like, and how much you'll be discounted if you sell something, in our platform.
All right, thank you. I'm very excited to introduce you to Conduit.
Hello. Before we start, let me ask you this. Have you been to your local bank lately? I went to my community bank a few months back looking to refinance my home loan. And they gave me tons of paperwork to fill, and they even asked me to scan and send these forms back. It almost felt like Office Space. Yeah, I wanted to pick up that bat and smash whatever fax or printer was on the other side. My experience was not unique. In fact, Conduit did a study and we found 90% of the mid-sized banks don't have something even as simple as an online rate check before sending their customers through a lengthy loan application process. Hi, I'm Nish, founder and CEO of Conduit. We are helping mid-sized banks who have struggled with digital adoption by making it easier for them to quickly adopt FinTechs. We are bringing the no-code revolution to banking and giving the plug-and-pay power to non-technical users so that they can adopt new technologies with very little IT support. We have built integrations to the core banking platforms, making it easier for these banks to get started. And finally, for the first time, banks can measure the impact of FinTech adoption. We have two revenue sources, a flat recurring platform access fee and a usage-based FinTech service fee. And while we are no code, we are certainly not no traction. With our 2 bank paying customers, we have reached 80,000 API calls per month, and we have 3 more customers in our sales pipeline. I launched Conduit after years of seeing this issue at places such as Capital One and M&T Bank, and partnered with Shishir, who's my technical co-founder and a 10x engineer from Amazon. Dan heads sales at Conduit, and he is one of the most networked community bankers out there. So if you want to learn more about the future of FinTech innovation and how Conduit is going to hit 100K in ARR in just 6 months since launch, would love to talk to you. Thank you for joining with us today.
Nish, can you tell us a little bit about the tech and innovation that Conduit is bringing to the market in FinTech?
Yeah, I think what we're making possible is pretty amazing for mid-sized bank. If you think about it, mid-sized banks now can have the same digital and tech experience as a new bank. Mm-hmm. For example, we signed 2 FinTechs, one that helps in digital account opening for checking accounts and saving accounts. And then there's another FinTech that allows you to do direct deposit switch at a click of a button. So now a mid-sized bank can not only grow their deposit space, but they can also do direct deposit switch at the same time. Mm-hmm. Now, this is all enabled through a no-code FinTech platform, which allows any non-technical users embedded within a business unit to lead FinTech adoption. So I think that's what's amazing about the technology that we're bringing to the market.
Yeah, that's great. You mentioned a couple of customers, but tell us a little bit more about your current customers and what that customer pipeline looks like.
Yeah, so we have signed 2 banks in the last quarter since we launched. Republic Finance is a personal loan lender in 13 states. Okay. And then we just signed a deal with Capital Bank, which operates home loans in 50 states and is also trying to get into other credit products that we are helping them with. And then in the coming quarter, we are signing a deal with a $17 billion bank. It's in final stages of negotiation, which is expected to be about 100K in annual contract value. And then finally, in next quarter, we expect to launch 5 to 6 credit unions that are in various stages of our sales pipeline.
Okay, great. And what is your average contract value per banking customer?
Yeah, it ranges between 80K to 120K annually. There are 2 sources of revenues. So we charge the banks a flat platform access fee, which is between 60K to 80K. And then there is a usage-based fee, which is 25% or take rate on the FinTech fees based on their usage. So if you add both those components, it ends up between 80 to 120K in annual contract value.
All right, thank you, Nish. Excited for you to hear from Upwardly.
Have you ever been rejected for something that mattered to you? It sucked, didn't it? If you don't have credit in our country, that uniquely awful feeling happens all the time. There are 50 million people in the US who are new to credit. Young adults, ambitious immigrants, people you know and care about. just trying to get ahead. And they get rejected over half the time they apply from anything from a Costco card to a car loan. I'm Aaron, and at Upwardly, we make credit work for newcomers. We started Upwardly after years of building Remitly into a FinTech unicorn, where we saw firsthand how hard it is for newcomers like that to get access to great financial services. And when it comes to credit, our system is broken, and it's leaving millions of deserving customers behind. It's a big problem and a $100 billion opportunity. So you have to ask yourself, why in 2022 is this still a problem? Well, if you look closely, you'll see that products like these are built for mainstream consumers with bad credit. They're credit repair tools. But no credit doesn't equal bad credit, and newcomers don't need credit repair. What they need is a fast track into the financial mainstream, which is what we built. At Upwardly, we're built to welcome anyone, even those without an established history. We give them a low-cost line of credit that's underwritten by their cash flows. And we use their data and our special sauce to get them qualified for the products that they do want. And we put it all in an affordable monthly subscription. Not only that, but we acquire differently by partnering with lenders who reject folks with limited credit history and turning them in to qualified customers. In just the last month, we've signed multiple of these deals, which will generate hundreds of thousands of leads to power our initial growth. By building different, we stand alone. But don't just take our word for it. Over 3,000 customers have already signed up to our paid waitlist. And as of this week, we're live, with more partners in the pipeline and on track to build something big. So if you're up to build something different, get off the sidelines and join us. Thank you.
All right, Aaron, as we all know, there's a lot of credit wellness products out there. How would you define the edge that Upwardly has in this space?
Yeah, well, there really isn't anything built for this newcomer to credit use case. People who are new to credit, and there are 50 million of them in the country, they're young adults, new immigrants, ambitious people who are up and coming. They don't have bad credit, they have no credit, but kind of the products that are out there assume bad credit and therefore do all these things and all these risk mitigation tactics that are like onerous and really shouldn't apply to this person that has a blank slate. So what we're trying to be is the first credit on-ramp built specifically for this new to credit use case.
So you and your co-founder were very early on in Remitly and a big part of building that company, which IPO'd. Can you tell us how your experience there has translated into your experience in building Upwardly?
Yeah, I think it's gave us a deep empathy for this sort of customer segment who's just trying to get ahead in the country. And what we did uniquely well at Remitly was find a way to onboard folks into a financial product and notoriously hard to serve segment smoothly and solve for all the complexity under the hood. So we're sort of taking some of those learnings but applying it in the credit realm, where we're trying to get people on-ramped into the sort of broader credit system as seamlessly as we got folks into a great remittance product.
All right, excellent. Thank you, Aaron. I'm excited to introduce you next to AgoVest.
Meet my amazing mom, my best friend, my favorite woman in the whole world. Like most women in Latin America, she was never taught how to build her own wealth. For years, she hasn't been able to make her own financial decisions and frequently has had to sacrifice her own happiness to find security. My mom is one of the 125 million middle-class women in Latin America who want financial empowerment but don't even know where to start. Financial providers can help, but they fail to market their product to these women, losing billions of dollars per year. My name is Marisol, and I'm co-founder and CEO of AgoVest, a platform that empowers Latin American women to build wealth using our marketplace for embedded finance. Women join AgoVest through their employers and schools who pay us to offer our app as a perk. Financial providers such as banks partner with us so they can easily reach their hardest market to acquire and only pay us whenever a user buys a product. We analyze women's financial health and goals, and based on their profile, we connect them with the best providers to boost financial inclusion and automate money management within our app. So what makes us truly different? No one knows this market better than us. Our platform is backed by behavioral research, and we use machine learning to build truly personalized and curated plans for financial freedom. Our gamified platform is built to incentivize women to take financial actions using rewards and nudges, transforming the way they interact with their money and our partners while optimizing our retention costs. We have seen tremendous growth, 30% month over month, with 700 women already on our beta. We have 4 signed contracts with financial providers such as Citibank, 2 in waitlist, and 6 commercial clients. Abel, my co-founder, is the former CTO of a Mexican FinTech. I'm a second-time FinTech founder who built this company because I've experienced this problem firsthand. My mom is my favorite woman. Now think about your favorite woman in the world. She deserves the freedom to be happy and make her own choices. If you agree, join us in transforming women's lives. Thank you.
Marisol, can you tell us a bit about your background and why it's so helpful in building AgoVest to be $1 billion business?
Yeah, for sure. So I have more than 10 years of experience in FinTech. I'm a second-time FinTech founder. My first company, Play Business, is the first equity crowdfunding platform that ever existed in Mexico, and it was built to connect early-stage companies with investors. Then as COO, I led the company to be one of Forbes 30 Promises of Businesses in 2017, and we successfully funded more than 80 companies with more than thousands of investors in the platform. And then that company is still operating, but I left it because I've seen firsthand what happens to women when we don't have financial independence. So that's like my mission on life with AgoVest.
Okay, excellent. Tell us a little bit about how once the customer is on the platform, how you plan to retain your customers.
Yes, perfect. So we have 2 different main retention strategies. The first one is we are combining highly personalization through machine learning and a gamified platform so that we can give women what they want and what they need the most. So for the personalization, we use and predict their behaviors to replan or adapt the financial plans based on their behaviors before they even need it. And with the gamification, we actually help them like boost financial inclusion and habits through a nudge system based on what they want the most, like discounts on spas or other perks. Now, in terms of the B2B2C model, because women join our app through their employers, this way we are increasing their switching costs to other financial platforms out there. So basically, joining AgoVest has no cost for them. So it's a way to increase our retention plan if they wanted to look for other solutions on their own.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. No, thank you.
Our last company to present, Lendar.
I want to murder everyone at Lenovo Financial. This is a real conversation I had with Nick, the CEO of a large multi-state managed service provider. Nick needed financing for a $50,000 IT purchase for one of his customers. Unfortunately, even his best options left him feeling like he was pulling teeth. Hours wasted trying to get a hold of somebody. Workflows that are incredibly slow, paper-based, and burdensome. Things that should have taken hours took weeks. And that's why we set out to build Lendar. Lendar is the modern payments platform purpose-built for the IT channel. Our software automates payments for our customers. Simply input your email, select a payment plan, and click Pay, making it easy for Nick to finance his customers' invoices and hopefully save some lives at Lenovo Financial. Our business generates revenue from 3 different sources: lending, software subscriptions, and credit card processing. Since beginning Techstars, we've onboarded 10 customers and have an active pipeline of over 20 customers that we will onboard over the next 2 months. This pipeline represents over $20 million of payment volume, which is a $450,000 revenue opportunity for us. Our team has deep domain knowledge of this market, having previously invested in all of the leading software vendors to manage service providers. We also have decades of experience building enterprise-grade software solutions. So if you're a business buying or selling technology, reach out to learn how we can help. Thank you.
Victor, tell us a little bit about why Lendar is starting with lending.
Yeah, so we spent a lot of time, Sam and I, previously investing in all of the largest vertical software companies in the managed service provider space. And we kept coming back to payments and really the financial infrastructure for these businesses. And when you think about how most of these businesses are started, right, it's primarily an IT person working in a large organization. They go off on their own, very IT focused, but when it comes to running a business, they kind of lack those skills. So we saw an opportunity in this, sort of overlooked area where the value add to our customers is very, very obvious. So, payments, so credit card processing, ACH, and then the point of sale financing.
Okay, got it. And tell us a little bit more about what is unique about the MSP space and more about why you're going after it.
Yeah. So again, going back to sort of our experience investing in the space, right? So if you think about SMB technology adoption, sort of the digital transformation of the SMB market, right? That's being led by managed service providers. So they're providing IT services to small and medium-sized businesses, things like cybersecurity, disaster recovery, backup, and general technology procurement. So we think managed service providers are really that beachhead to reach that larger market of SMB technology adoption. And so there's a lot of things that make them super attractive from a credit perspective, but in terms of verticalized tools, we think it's an opportunity where we can build a massive business.
Great, thank you. All right, that was so much fun. Thank you for joining us today. What an exhilarating moment to be a part of the Stonks network for our founders. Before we go, just a few brief thank yous that I'd like to share. First, a huge thank you to our mentors. As I alluded to prior, they are what make the magic of Techstars the magic that it is. Thank you for your time, commitment, dedication, and amazing advice that you've been sharing with our founders along the way. I'd also like to thank our global network partners. Thank you for providing our founders with tools and resources to help them build their companies faster and better. And a huge thank you to our MBA associates who work directly with our founders in the program. And last but not least, our program team. To Jonathan and Keith, who were there the whole way to support our founders with great feedback and advice. And to our program team, Hans and Sylvia, who did everything you could possibly imagine behind the scenes to provide our founders with the best experience possible. And last but not least, Callie Beebe, the program manager. She is the heartbeat of this program. She has helped us get through every single day, and we cannot thank her enough for her hard work and support. And so, with that, if you are interested in learning more about the Techstars Boulder Accelerator, please feel free to reach out to me directly. My email is listed here. We're always looking for great founders. We're always looking for great mentors and investors and anyone who wants to be a part of the Give First mentality. Thank you. Have a great day.